Hello, today's book is The Three Little Rigs. Now, does this book sound familiar? I think I know a book that sounds very, very similar. But I'm going to keep that guessing game till the end. Let's get started. There once were three little rigs who lived with their mama rig. She told them that the time had come for them to go into the world and build their own garages. The first little rig went to a sawmill. He asked the loader for enough wood to build a sturdy garage. Make sure you use lots of nails, the loader said. The first little rig used his crane to place the wooden planks. With the help of an air compressor and a nail gun, he made 4 walls, a roof, and a door. But the big, bad wrecking ball knocked on his door and said, little rig, let me come in." To which the little rig said, "Not by the chrome of my chinny chin." This made the wrecking ball mad. So he said, "Then I will crash, and I will bash, and I will smash your home in. You just try," said the little rig. So the wrecking ball crashed, and he bashed, and he smashed the garage into pieces. The second little rig went to a stone cutting factory. He asked the conveyor for enough blocks to build a sturdy garage. Make sure you use enough mortar, the conveyor said. The second little rig used his crane to place the stone blocks. A cement mixer helped him mix the mortar. He made 4 walls, a roof, and a door. Uh-oh, he's back. But the big, bad wrecking ball knocked on his door and said, little rig, let me come in." To which the little rig replied, "Not by the chrome of my chinny chin." This made the wrecking ball mad. So he said, "Then I will crash, and I will bash, and I will smash your house in. You just try," said the little rig. So the wrecking ball crashed, and he bashed, and he smashed the garage into pieces. Now, does this book sound familiar? Are you thinking about the same book that I'm thinking? But wait, let's save it to the end. The third little rig went to a steel mill. He asked the pulley for enough beams to build a sturdy garage. "Make good welds," the pulley said. The third little rig used his crane to place the steel beams. A welder helped him. But the big bad wrecking ball knocked on his door and said, little rig, let me come in." To which the little rig replied, "Not by the chrome of my chinny chin chin." This made the wrecking ball mad. So he said, "Then I will crash, and I will bash, and I will smash your home in. You just try," said the little rig. So the wrecking ball crashed, and he bashed, and he crashed, and he bashed. But he couldn't smash the garage into pieces. "I'll be back," said the big bad wrecking ball. Then the third little rig heard the honking of his brothers outside the door. He was very glad to see them. Together they would come up with a plan. Later that night, the big bad wrecking ball with the mean magnet and the cruel cutter, little rig, let us come in," they said. To which the little rigs replied, "Not by the chrome of our chinny chin chins. Then we'll crash, and we'll bash, and we'll smash your house in." "Wait!" shouted the third little rig as his brothers snuck out the back door. "Save us!" they cried to the cranes. The wrecking ball began to swing. The magnet began to pull, and the cutter began to cut at the third little rig's garage. Suddenly, the cranes lifted the dangerous three high into the air. Then the three little rigs and the cranes drove to the steel mill together. There, the big bad wrecking ball, the mean magnet, and the cruel cutter were thrown into the melting pot. And the three little pigs, I meant to say the three little rigs lived happily ever after. Now, can you think of what this book reminds you of? I did give you a little hint at the end if you were listening carefully. You're right. It does remind us of the three little pigs, doesn't it? And just like the little rigs, the little pigs were also out building their houses when the wolf knocked the first little pig's and the second little pig's house, but couldn't get away with the third pig's house. And what happened in the end to the wolf and the big bad wrecking ball? They were both put into a really hot pot. Well, the wolf went into a hot pot of water and the wrecking ball went into a similar melting pot. And in the end, the three little pigs and the three little rigs lived happily ever after.